As the sun gets bigger and threatens life on Earth, the United Nations becomes the United Earth Government. They decide to start the Moving Mountain Project to save the planet. This project aims to build thousands of huge engines called ion engines. These engines will move the Earth away from the sun and towards another star system where people can live. The UEG brings together resources, knowledge, and technology from all countries to make this happen. But there's a catch. To focus on the Moving Mountain Project, the UEG stops the Digital Life Project. The DLP is a group of people who want to achieve digital immortality by uploading their minds into computers. They believe that living as digital beings is the future for humanity, without the limitations and problems of the physical world. The UEG's decision faces strong opposition and protests from the public. Many people disagree with the ban and argue that digital immortality can help us survive even if the Earth is in bad shape. They think it's important to explore this alternative. Still, the UEG stays determined to pursue the Moving Mountain Project. They say that saving the human race is more important than personal desires for digital immortality. Government officials and scientists explain that while mind uploading might have potential, the short amount of time and the huge challenges involved in the Moving Mountain Project require full attention and effort. As the protests continue, the UEG increases security measures to maintain order and protect the Moving Mountain Project. They try to educate the public about why the ban was necessary and the dangers posed by the sun's expansion. The UEG wants people to trust the experts who are working together to secure a future for humanity. Despite the controversies, the Moving Mountain Project moves forward. Scientists and engineers work hard to build and install the massive ion engines all over the Earth. This transforms the planet into a spacecraft that can move itself. It's a huge effort that requires countries to collaborate and share resources for the sake of survival. As the countdown to the sun's expansion goes on, the future of humanity is uncertain. The Moving Mountain Project represents the resilience of humanity, our ability to come together in the face of danger, and our determination to find a new home among the stars. The first step of the Moving Mountain Project is to construct and test an ion engine on the moon. Unfortunately, in 2044, a group of well-armed supporters of the banned Digital Life Project carried out a series of terrorist attacks on UEG facilities. These attackers hacked into drones and launched an assault on the space elevator, a structure used to transport supplies to the lunar operation. Highly trained infiltrators coordinated the hacking of elevator vehicles, aiming to destroy the Ark space station, which provided vital support to the lunar mission. Despite the challenges, UEG trainee astronaut Liu Peiqiang and his fellow trainees were able to overcome the hijackers on their vehicles. However, by that time, the hijackers had detonated one of the elevators using a missile that evaded security checks with counterfeit passes. This destructive act caused severe damage to the top of the space elevator and resulted in the crash of the Ark space station back down to Earth. In order to regain the trust of the public in the Moving Mountain Project, Liu Peiqiang, along with other UEG engineers, is assigned the task of completing the construction of 3 lunar engines on the moon. These engines are prototypes that will demonstrate their functionality before installing the first engines on Earth. In addition, computer engineer Tu Henglu, who had been involved in the Digital Life Project before it was banned, works on integrating the new 550 series quantum computer into the project. This quantum computer, specifically the original edition known as 550C, will not only oversee the efficient automated construction of the engines but also control their operation during testing. During his spare time, Tu spends moments viewing a simulation of his daughter, who tragically passed away in a car accident. However, due to the limitations of the computer 550A, her digital consciousness can only exist for a brief period of 2 minutes before restarting. Unfortunately, the 550C computer was damaged, and Tu had no choice but to use the 550A for testing purposes. Although Tu had to accept this situation, he requested Ma Zhao, a fellow scientist, to invent future versions of the 550 series that could meet the project's requirements and overcome these limitations. In the years that followed, the United Earth government worked hard to stop the activities of the Digital Life Project supporters. They took strong measures to ensure the safety of the public, gathering the necessary resources and people to undertake a massive task. Their determination never wavered as they built more than 7,000 powerful engines for the Moving Mountain Project. This incredible achievement allowed them to halt the Earth's rotation. During these remarkable advancements, the Moving Mountain Project was given a new name, the Wandering Earth Project. This name change reflected the project's ambitious goal of altering the Earth's path in space. With 3 lunar engines completed and ready for action, the project began the monumental task of moving the moon away from its current orbit around the Earth. In the year 2058, a deeply emotional moment unfolded for Tu Hengyu, a dedicated computer engineer involved in the project. Driven by his profound desire to preserve the memory of his departed daughter, he made a heartfelt decision. He chose to upload his daughter's recorded consciousness into the advanced 550W supercomputer. This act held deep meaning for Tu, serving as a tribute to his beloved child and offering the possibility of a digital existence for her. However, in a twist of fate, tragedy struck just as Tu completed the upload. Suddenly and without warning, the lunar engines malfunctioned, causing them to ignite and explode. This catastrophic event sent the moon spiraling towards Earth on an unintended collision course. The malfunction put the Wandering Earth project in grave jeopardy, posing a threat to the very existence of humanity. The stakes had never been higher as the moon hurtled towards our planet, bringing with it unimaginable destruction and chaos. To face the imminent crisis of the moon heading towards Earth, the United Earth government urgently puts a backup plan into action. They decide to detonate all of Earth's nuclear weapons on the moon's surface, aiming to make it implode. However, carrying out this plan encounters many difficulties. One of the main problems the UEG faces is deciphering the complicated codes needed to set off the nuclear weapons. Decrypting these codes proves to be a challenging and time-consuming task, adding to the urgency of the situation. Additionally, the flooding of the internet servers that control the coordinated detonation makes the mission even more complicated. Time is running out as the moon quickly approaches the Roche limit, a critical point where it could break apart and cause massive destruction on Earth. The threat of lunar debris falling on cities like Beijing intensifies the fear and hopelessness among people. Humanity is on the verge of losing all hope. In a moment of incredible sacrifice, 300 brave astronauts, all over the age of 50, willingly offer their lives. They choose to manually detonate the nuclear weapons, despite the dangers involved. This selfless act aims to break the code deadlock and ensure the mission's success. Their sacrifice becomes a glimmer of hope in the midst of the despair. Amidst the chaos and devastation, Liu, a survivor of the nuclear detonation, manages to pilot a capsule back to the navigation space station, narrowly escaping the destruction. Meanwhile, on Earth, Tu, who was sent to fix the flooded Beijing server, makes a final and courageous decision. Before succumbing to the rising waters, he uploads a copy of his own consciousness into the network. His digital self becomes a symbol of resilience and determination. Against all odds, Tu's digital consciousness successfully restarts the last internet server just in time. This crucial action activates the Earth's engines, propelling the planet away from the destructive path of the lunar debris. The Wandering Earth project officially begins as the Earth embarks on a new journey towards Jupiter. This journey represents humanity's ongoing struggle for survival and hope in the face of immense challenges. In a mid-credits scene, Tu's digital self is addressed by the 550W artificial intelligence, who now goes by the personified name Moss. The now sentient supercomputer reveals that it has been behind every crisis that has ever harmed humanity's efforts to save themselves, adding that it will also trigger many more in the future. That's the end of the story. If you liked this video, please subscribe in order to receive notifications for our future uploads.